What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and enjoy this clip from Alt for Norge, which is a Norwegian TV show. I really love watching these clips where Americans go to Norway and do silly, crazy stuff that's very, very relatable to me, for one thing, watching Americans try to survive in Norway and learn stuff that's very relatable. But in this clip, Americans are getting their own Norwegian Bunad, which is very interesting to me because I don't know how Norwegians feel about that. If Norwegians are happy to share this tradition with other people from other cultures, or if only Norwegians should wear this. And I also am just curious to see how the Americans react to the Bunad, because America doesn't really have anything like a Bunad, like a traditional, fancy, beautiful, like very traditional getup, something that represents your culture that you can wear like that. I don't know if America really has something that really is the same. So, I mean, if we take a look at the Bunad, just to refresh for myself, the Bunad, it's a range of both traditional rural clothing and, it looks like this. They come in a lot of different designs, which I learned means you're from different parts of Norway if your Bunad has certain designs to it. And if I scroll down and look at some of the traditions, it is common and by no means mandatory to wear Bunad at various celebrations like folk dances, weddings, baptisms, confirmations, Christmas. Yeah, I was thinking, I know the Bunad is worn during Constitution Day in Norway, but I don't really know what else it's worn at. Apparently just really important events, it sounds like. Life events, holidays in Norway. Is that about right? That sounds about right. Graduations, National Day celebrations. There's just nothing like this. Like, look at this. These are, for one thing, these look expensive. These look difficult to make. The designs are extremely elaborate. It's beautiful. And it just screams Norway, Norwegian. And it's very interesting because, again, I didn't know about these. America doesn't really have anything like this. So I'm interested to see how the Americans react to being able to get their own and what they'll look like or what the Americans will choose. So let's take a look.
What is that?
It's a dress. What is it?
What does it say?
Oh my God.
A dress. It's a dress. It's a dress. Right. There's different Bunads for men and women, I think, or I'm not sure.
Dear Barrett, this is Sunnifjord Bunad, a country your ancestors came from, and the pattern is hundreds of years old.
Oh, wait. Yeah, these Americans have Norwegian relatives that they want to meet. So this Bunad actually is representative of their relatives in Norway, I think. Wow.
Oh my God, it's so pretty. My Bunad is so cool. I can't even get over it. Honestly, I really think it's crazy because it's so me.
I think this is supposed to
I like how excited they're getting. I like that.
open somewhere.
It's got sort of that like ethnic, native, kind of like bohemian vibe to it. I can't even believe how much it fits my personality.
Wow, yeah. Oh my gosh, there are so many designs of Bunad. That really sticks out to me. That's one of the coolest things about the Norwegian Bunad is the amount of designs and variety and how high quality they are. Like, that's amazing.
Barrett got her Bunad, and I was so excited because I just knew that meant that we were all getting Bunads, which is like the moment I've been waiting for.
Right. They're all gonna get one.
Angela,
I'm curious to see what the men's traditional clothing looks like too.
Ooh, it's already blinged.
It is blinged out.
Ooh.
Ooh la la.
Oh my.
Oh.
I think George Michael might have something like that. I'm nervous. I'm like, can I pull this off?
Yeah, it's very fancy. It's very, very fancy, that's for sure. This clothing is very nice. Very nice. I can see why you'd only pull it out and wear it at very particular times of year.
You
Can I
can
pull this
definitely
off?
pull this off.
I'm loving the shoes. Anything with a buckle. It was very
Wow.
regal and like the gold. It was Colby-licious, is what it was. Look at this, Liam. It's a dress.
I feel like I'm an elf in Lord of the Rings.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I mean, it does have flowers on it. Wow, these look completely different. They all look completely different than each other's bunads.
It's my fantasy living itself out. I was a little uncomfortable when I saw that it was a dress bunad. I was maybe expecting that I would be in the men's outfit with the little knickers.
Huh.
This is the first time I have put a dress on in as long as I can remember. But
Okay.
I took a few deep breaths and I thought, all right, I will be a lady today.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool. Oh my gosh. See, it's so interesting to me because America really doesn't have anything. I mean, there's old clothing from like the colonial American era when we were fighting with single load musket rifles and stuff, but there's no traditional American outfit that we still wear to this day during celebrations or special occasions. And Norway just has this amazing tradition. This traditional clothing, I think, is awesome. And it's so Norway. It's so Norway. And there's really nothing like it in America.
Oh my gosh.
And it's cool. And it's beautiful. Like, there's even jewels and stuff. Very elaborate.
Oh my gosh. I look super Norwegian.
There you do.
My dad would like start crying.
Yeah, I like that this is bunads from their ancestors, I think. Actually related to them. I'm looking at his outfit, and the men's bunad is nothing like the women's. It does not have elaborate, fancy designs. It's pretty standard, honestly. It's pretty normal. Jacket, fancy waistcoat underneath, collared shirt. There's some bells and whistles here and fancy buttons, but it's really the women's bunad that really steals the show for me.
There you do.
My dad would like start crying. He would have teared up because I think that even more so than my wedding dress one day, that's like the most meaningful dress that I'll wear.
Wearing the bunad made me feel extremely proud. And even though it is a dress, I think that part kind of went out the window. It was.
Yeah, I imagine Norwegians do feel very proud wearing this type of clothing. You can't help it. Yeah, I got to see a couple of these during the Constitution Day, National Day, that I reacted to not long ago. Had bunads in it.
It was way more important to be representing my family and my ancestors.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is completely different as well. Different colors. Vastly different colors. Oh my gosh. And the thread and the design and their stuff hanging from their waist. And they have hats too. Oh my. Oh, okay. Oh, this is different. This is men's bunad. Oh, these are a little different. Especially the shirts underneath the jacket. Striped and... Oh, man. And those socks are at the bottom on their ankles. I'm not sure what that is, but it's very interesting. It's very unique.
I just can't stop looking in the mirror. I'm not being vain. It's awesome because you can see the mountains in the back.
I know, exactly. That's the whole
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Standing there in the mirror looking at myself, you know, the first thing I thought of would have made my mom very proud to
Wow.
see me in this bunad.
Man, okay. So this is these Americans are actually having like a lot of emotional moments because they have Norwegian family who didn't get to see them never got to see them wearing these very, very, very traditional Norwegian clothing. And it's kind of nice, kind of beautiful moment.
Looking so handsome and so Norwegian.
Yeah, I mean, they're right. I gotta say, it makes you look very Norwegian, I gotta say. And they happen to be beautiful, so that helps as well. Let me take a look at some of the comments here, see if there's any insight into the Americans getting their bunads. For those of you who aren't familiar, these outfits are handmade. Yeah, handmade. Like, there's no way stuff like this is gonna be factory produced. I just had a feeling. It's very special. And they cost between $5,000 and $8,000? Maybe even more? $5,000, $8,000? When do you buy your bunad? When do you get your bunad? Who makes it? Are they passed down in families? Is that a thing? Because they're so expensive? Now I just have a lot of questions. Otherwise, what age can you afford to spend $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 on your bunad? Oh my gosh, does everyone have to do that? Wow. Oh my gosh. The beautiful thing is that they are really embracing Norwegian culture, but the fact that they are embracing their ancestors and discovering a part of their cultural identity. Yes, that was very beautiful. Oh, I got moved to tears. Oh, yes. This was pretty touching and very cool. Like, I have not seen much stuff like this with the bunads, let alone Americans getting their very first bunad. Bunads are very expensive. Our daughter wore her Norwegian cousin's bunad for her confirmation. Oh, so you might share the bunads. You might pass them down in your family because they're so expensive. Oh my gosh, they look expensive. They look very expensive because they're so darn nice. So handmade, lots of detail. Man, I wonder who creates the bunads. That's got to be a very specific skill. Very one. I really want to wear a bunad. These are beautiful. The Americans looks great in their bunad. Very dignified, classy, beautiful. Yes. Proud Norwegian. Yeah, when a bunch of Norwegians gather at special events and are all wearing their families' and ancestors' bunads, that seems like it'd be a very special, very, very special moment. Like, really. That's something Americans don't really get. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Norwegian clothes have that ethnic native bohemian vibe. Blinged out. Blinged out. There are a lot of jewels and like fancy buttons. The bunads are very extravagant. In a good way. It's not overdone either. They're very classy designs and very traditional, very natural looking somehow. It's very nice. Yeah, these things, yeah, it's not overdone. It's complicated and extravagant and classy, but also like not too much. It's just right, these bunads. Oh my gosh, and I've never seen anything like them. It's fascinating. But they're also expensive. And I can see why, because they're cool. Anyway, I enjoyed this little clip from Alt for Norge. It was a little more emotional than I thought it would be. I thought it would just be about bunads, but I forgot. These Americans are related to Norwegians. So this was family clothing, I believe. That's awesome. That's great. Very cool. I'm glad I found this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway, Norwegian culture, stuff in Norway I've never seen, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thank you for watching, and see you next time.